Hello, my name is Ruth Lopez and I am your fitness instructor for the class of strength training and cardio. For today's video, we are going to talk about the importance of warming up and cool down. So I am going to talk a little bit about both of them and also going to demonstrate the importance and the techniques, how to warm up and how to cool down. Now, I know that maybe you may be very anxious to start a new workout and you might want to skip the warm up, but I'm here to let you know that is very important, very crucial that we always, after our stretching, we start with our warm up. It is very important to take about approximately 10 to 15 minutes to do a warm up. And the main function is to warm up is to increase our temperature in our body, and so it can decrease the stiffness of our bones and our muscles, right? And also we can do this warm up standing up or sitting down. So I'm going to show you a couple examples that we can do. For example, if you're standing up, you can do walking in place. So you can just move your arms and your feet, and even if you want, remember the importance is to warm up the body and also increase our heart rate to prepare our body to do the exercises. So this is what we can do to warm up. Now, if maybe it's too much for you to stand, you can also do it seated, and I'll show you. Make sure you always find a chair that is firm, and don't sit all the way back, but sit about halfway of your chair and make sure your back is straight, not like this, but make sure it's straight, and you're engaging that core, which means tightening up those ab muscles so we can also work in our core, in our abs. Now, walking, how can we do it? We can go like this, the same way as we were to be standing. We can walk. And remember, the key to this is to warm up our body. So you don't want to do it slow. You kind of want to do it at a good rhythm. Okay, so it helps us. It also helps warming up. It helps us prevent injuries, muscle cramps, and also muscle soreness. So it helps aid in that. Of course, we are going to be sore, but it minimizes our soreness. Okay, so those are two examples. I'm going to show you another example. While I'm sitting down, I can show you the seated version. The seated version will be open up legs, make sure your back is straight, and you're not sitting all the way in the edge. Halfway, feet are touching the ground, and this is what we're going to do. We are going to put our hands up, and then we're going to try to touch the floor. Now, if you're not able to touch the floor, this is fine. Okay, so let me show you a couple of examples how to do it. So we go up and down, up and down, up, down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Now, to modify it, just go up and here, up and here. That is a modified version. Now, I am going to show you, if you're able to stand and you have very good balance, then we can do it standing up. Now, the wider we open our legs, we have a better base, so more stability, and we are able to have more balance. So if you're able to stand, we can also go up and down, up and down, up, down. Now remember, the key is to increase our heart rate, so we're going to do it a little faster. And now I can feel my heart rate is starting to elevate, which is good because I'm preparing my body for the exercise. Good. Okay, now that's another example of how to do your warm-up. Now there's another example that we can do, and it can do high knees. And while I'm standing, I'll show you how to do the high knees. So I'm gonna put my hand forward and try to touch my knees. This way. Similar to walking, but we're trying to raise those knees up as much as you can. If you can only do this, then that's perfectly fine. Everybody has different range of motion, and each of our bodies are different. So this is how you would do high knees. Now remember, we want to increase that heart rate, so we're going to do it fast. High knees. Now it's working our core. It is activating our lower back as well. And now if you can hear, oh, my pulse is already high because I'm trying to get some air. Okay, so remember, it's very important for you to inhale and exhale. Now a very good way that I like to do it is I like to put my hands up when I inhale from my nose. And exhale to my mouth, right? Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'm going to show you the seated version of high knees. Remember, I'm going to sit back straight, and always remember to look forward. Don't be looking down. Look forward. We want a straight neck and back, our normal curvature of our back, right? So high knees. This is the seated high knees. It's a modified version. Now, it helps us prevent injuries, remember, because we're warming up our bodies. It gives our muscles a chance to get ready for the exercise that we're going to do. So right now, I already feel it in my quads. So my quads are warming up, my glutes. Very good. Woo! So remember, always drink some water and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Now, so I showed you a couple of moves, and that is for the warm-up. Now, for the cool down, it is very important to do the cool down as well. I know sometimes we want to finish, okay, that's it, let's go and let's do some errands or what we have to do, but make sure that you take some time to cool down. Now, I'm going to go on explaining the importance of cooling down. So after your workout, it is important to do about 5 to 10 minutes to cool down so we can return our body and our heart rate to the normal heart rate. So remember, the warm-up, we're accelerating, we're trying to get that heart rate up to start a warm-up, but now to start an exercise, but now it's cool down, so we are trying to put our heart rate back to normal, right? So the main objective is to reduce and prevent muscle cramps, dizziness, and lower the heart rate. So the same examples, the same exercises that we did at the beginning, we can do them at the end. And how we started with walking. But remember, this time we're trying to cool down. So cool down is supposed to be more of a relaxing. Trying to get our heart rate down and cooling down our bodies and our muscles because they already went through a exercise. Okay, and remember, sitting down, we're going to do it sitting down. Remember to take your time. This is time to relax. And we're not rushing through these warm-ups and cool downs. We're not rushing it. Very good. Now our next one, it was sitting down touching the floor and raising our hands up. So we can do this one, but remember that we did it a little bit fast in our warm-up. Now we're gonna do it as cooling down. We start with our hands up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Remember, these exercises, these cool downs has to be slow. We don't want to increase our heart rate anymore. Okay, that's the seated version. I'll do the standing version. Remember, legs wide apart to have a stronger base and better balance. Hands up and down, up and down. So we are stretching all those hamstrings when we're bending down, our glutes. This is our cool down. Now, so also we can do the high knees, but we're going to focus on our breathing. Focus on our breathing. This is standing. Trying to get our body back to its resting place. Now seated, I'll demonstrate the seated version. And now these 3 exercises of warm up and cool down, you can repeat them maybe 3 times. Go over them, do these 3, and then do 3 sets of those. And that can give you the time that you need for the cool down and also your warm up. Now, it is very important also with your cool down, it goes hand with our stretching, right? So our cool down is very important because it incorporates stretching to relax and lengthen the muscles of our body, and it helps us with our range of motion. So stretching improves our flexibility, and I will show you a couple of stretching exercises that we can do after our cool down. Now there is a video just doing just the stretches by itself, but meanwhile I'll demonstrate for you. So for example, the way I like to do it, I like to focus first on my neck, on shoulder and arms, and then maybe my hips, and then my legs. So I will demonstrate that for you today. So for example, we would start with our neck. Now, because we worked out a lot, we might feel a little tense. You probably worked with, you did strength training, which is using weights. So we're gonna work with our neck to stretch our neck. So we're going to look to our right side, just the neck, and then press your hand on top of your head and press down. And we can hold it there for a couple of seconds. And remember to breathe. Very good, and release. Now we go to the left side, turn to your left, and then gently pull down. Very good. Now, looking forward, we put our head down. You can touch your head a little bit just to stretch the back of your neck. Holding for a couple of seconds. And now, our head back. Remember, inhale and exhale. Now let's repeat that one more time. Let's look to our right. Remember, you're going to be able to feel it in the back of your neck here to release that tension that we carry in our necks. Hold for a couple of seconds. And now to the left side. Hold down, down, gently, always gently, and release. Now we're going down and back. Now we're going to move our neck in a circular motion. And remember, do it very gentle and slow. We don't want to hurt our necks or our bones. Very slowly. You might hear some cracking, which is normal. Okay, now the opposite way. Very good. Now we are going to put our head up and down. So up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, now we're going to side to side, side to side, side to side. One more time. Very good. Now that we stretched our neck, and remember, this is all part of your cool down as well. You are working on putting your heart rate back to normal. So cool down and then your stretches. It works hand in hand. So we're going to stretch our shoulders. So we'll put our hand forward. You could either touch your elbow or here. There's people that like to do it differently. I like to hold on to my elbow and stretch. And that way I feel my stretch here on my shoulder, my deltoid. And breathing, remember, always breathe. We hold for a couple of seconds, and now we switch to the opposite arm. We're stretching. And now when we're stretching after our cool down, we don't have to hold it for so long like when we're warming up. Our stretches before warming up, that's a little longer, but our cool down shouldn't be so many. That is, it could be up to 3 to 5 seconds only. Now, we can also put our hands forward, stretch our hands, breathing. Now, let's put them up. That's going to help stretch our upper back as well. Hands down. Now let's repeat that again. Remember, stretching. Don't overstretch where it hurts. We don't want to injure ourselves. So only what you're able to do. Now there's maybe other people that are more flexible than others. The range of motion is more greater than someone. So we will just hold where we are able, where we feel no pain. It should feel relaxing. Now forward. And then up. Remember, our goal is to gradually return to the resting rate at the end of our exercise. Remember. Okay, very good. Now we can also stretch, if we used our dumbbells, we can also stretch our wrist. Going forward, this is what I like to do to stretch my wrist. Don't pull all the way back. You don't want to injure yourself, just gently. Hold for a couple of seconds, and now pull my palm up and then hold onto the tips of my fingers and pull back. Now switch. Go down. And now up. One more time, down. And up. And now let's move them in a circular way. Now opposite. Very good. Now that we stretch our shoulders and our arms, we could go back to our sides. So I like to have my legs open and also to have a stronger base. Remember, you want to have a strong base. And we go to the side, stretch. And that's going to stretch all of your lats. And your back too as well. And we hold here. And then we can go up, hold up, and then the opposite. And I am holding on to my leg for balance. Very good. Okay, let's do that one more time. And then opposite. Very good. Okay, so now what we can do, we can stretch sitting down. Also, let's do another stretch for our back. And I like to hold on with we're gonna stretch to our right side. So I'm gonna hold on to the back of my chair with my right hand. And on my left hand, I'm going to touch my quad on the side laterally. And I'm just gonna go and twist. And that is going to give me a good stretch even in my arm and my lower back and even in my core. Breathe. Now go to the opposite side and putting my right, touching my quad and touching the back of my chair. Very good. Release. Now, once we're done with stretching our hips and our back, then we can go ahead and stretch our legs. Now, if we worked on our legs, especially you don't want to be too sore. So extend one leg and then try to touch either your knee, however you're able to do it, your knee, your ankle, or the tip of your toes. If you don't feel like you can touch and you might fall, then just do your shin, you can do your shin and hold for a couple of seconds. Remember, we're not holding for so long, so we switch to the opposite leg and we do the same. And remember, breathe. And what I am doing here, I am putting my other arm just to sustain myself so I won't fall. So this is a very good technique to use for your balance. And we're stretching, and this stretch helps with the hamstrings and our glutes. So the more we stretch and try to touch our toes, we're gonna feel the stretch in our glutes as well. Very good. Now we're going to put our knee up to our chest and stretch our quads and our glutes. Remember, inhale and exhale. Okay, release, and now we'll go to the other one. Now we put our knee up to do our stretch. Inhale and exhale. And remember, if you want to drink some water, it's always important to drink some water before, after, and during your exercises. Very good. We'll do that one more time. We are going to stretch our quads, and also our glutes. One more time. Now you can also do this exercise standing. I'm showing you the seated position, but standing, I can show you the standing. Some of us may not have very good balance, or sometimes we have balance more on one side and then the other one. So this is what we can do. Remember, if you have your chair, we can hold on with one hand, and with the other hand, we pull our knee up. If you're able to do this, then that's good. You're working on your balance as well. But then always make sure you have a chair next to you. Okay, now the opposite leg. Move the chair this way and hold on to my knee. So you can do this stretch also standing. Very good. Now we want to also stretch our we did our lower back, but we want to have our legs open, and then we can try to touch either our shins, our knees, our shins, our ankles, or your toes. And that you'll get a good stretch out of your hamstrings. Remember, inhale and exhale. And when we go up, let's try to go up slowly. Okay, we'll go up slowly. Very good. So that is the importance of stretching after your cool down. It is very important. It goes hand in hand with the cool down. Remember, 5 to 10 minutes, and remember to always inhale and exhale. I hope that this video helped you understand a little bit more the importance of the warm-up and the cool down and stretching at the end, which goes hand in hand with the cool down. I hope it helps you to better grasp the idea and to put that as an important as your exercise. So it is all together, it goes together hand in hand with your exercise. Remember to always, always take care of yourself and put time for yourself, because we need to spend time to ourselves so we can be good mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for joining me. Bye. Okay, so the second video is going to be hydration. Let me move this a little bit. Hello, my name is Ruth Lopez, and I am your instructor for your strength training and for your cardio class. Now in this video, I am going to explain a little bit the importance of hydration. What is hydration and why do we have to hydrate? The importance of hydration during our physical activity is very crucial. Remember, it is very important to hydrate with water. Okay? So water, it is very important to have water before our exercise, during our exercise, and after. It is something that our bodies need. Our cells and our body organs, they need water to perform their functions. A good hydration allows constant contraction and relaxation of our muscle fibers. It is very important to be hydrated when you are going to start a new exercise. And of course, throughout the whole day, be hydrated and drink water. Their importance is because it helps us to regulate our body temperature, and it lubricates our joints, and it also helps support our nutrients to give us energy. Of course, we need that energy, right? So if you're not hydrated, it might impact your exercise. It might not be the way we want our bodies to perform. It's not going to perform because we might feel dizzy, or we might feel a little bit of tired. So it is very important to hydrate with water, plenty of water. Now, if you're not hydrated, your body cannot function at its maximum level. And that is what we want, right? We want to exercise and for our body to work with us so we can do the maximum that we're able to do in our workout. Now, you might feel tired and dizzy if you are not hydrated. This is why, and then, well, of course, if you are tired or dizzy, you feel tired or dizzy, you probably might not want to work out anymore. You're going to get discouraged. And that is not the key. The key point is to make sure you drink the water, you stay hydrated, so we won't feel dizzy, or you may have other serious problems if you don't hydrate. Now also, it helps to replenish due to the large amount of water we lost in the form of sweat. Water helps us replenish that. So many of us sweat a lot, especially if you are a person that sweats a lot and always have to have a towel with you. you need to hydrate before, during, and after the exercise, because you are losing water, right? So we need to replenish that. Now, hydration after exercise is very important and crucial because it helps us to recover electrolytes that we lost, and we need to replenish that. So we need to rehydrate with water, or sometimes some people, they like to take another drink that contains a little bit of sodium so that our body absorbs it quicker. So for some of us that maybe have a very active lifestyle, or after your workout, your job is up and down, and you're very energetic, that would be a good idea for you to look into a drink that has a little bit of sodium, so it can help you replenish and it would absorb it more quickly. Now that I explained a couple of key points of hydration, it is very important to always carry a water bottle. Carry a water to hydrate, not just when you're exercising, but throughout the whole day, every day. And most importantly, when you are going to exercise, make sure not to forget your water bottle. And these are the importance of hydrating. We want to have the maximum, our body to perform at the maximum level. Now, thank you for joining me for this video of hydration, the importance of hydrating during exercise, before and after. And like I say, always take care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for joining. Bye.